Tribalism has been reflected in many ways throughout history and too in our modern society. But for many, the most common and everyday deep-rooted practice of tribalism comes through something that is on TV and down the road for most people at some sort of level every single day. Football. Football is to many the best and most beautiful sport in the world, as it connects all different people from all different backgrounds, bringing them together to support a team on a weekend. I want to find out where the tribal nature and love for a team comes from by going to different matches at a local and national level and asking different fans similar questions. It's match day at Windsor Park in the heart of Belfast as two giants of the Irish League prepare for the League Cup final. It's Cliftonville v Glentoran. Glentoran have already lifted the County Antrim Shield this season, securing a first trophy for manager Declan Devine, while Cliftonville and Jim Magilton lifted the Irish Cup here last May at Windsor Park. Today is bound to be a spectacle, with two top teams fighting it out for the League Cup. But what makes days like this so special? The fans.
My name's Tommy Scott and I'm a Cliftonville supporter of about 44 years. Well, it was my local team, so I think what it meant to me wasn't really important to begin with. You grew up in the area, so you had to support them. Over time, especially since I became a dad myself, it sounds like a cheesy thing to say, but it means sort of family to me. It's about passion as well. I was a Man United supporter for a long time and still am, but the older I've got, the more I get into local football. I grew up not literally, more or less a stone's throw from the stadium. Always went to Cliftonville games as a kid growing up, but in the last 8 years I've been a season ticket holder and it's the best decision I ever made, so I'm definitely more connected to Cliftonville. The fan base, I guess, is unique, and without getting into the troubles and the whole Protestant Catholic divide, they're one of the biggest supported teams because we're probably one of the few nationalist teams in the league. I think Warren Point might be the other one, Newry obviously as well. So we always are going to have a big following, and that goes back many, many years.
So what sport in the Glens mean to you?
Called after them, called Glen because the Glens did the double in 87. Dad gave me the name from Mersey Street, so an awful lot.
It means everything, I suppose. Local club, mum and all supported it throughout the years, so it just means quite a lot actually. Yeah.
It's just one thing I've grown up with. You always support your local team.
Means a lot. It's a pretty community-based club, which I think's great. I'm not originally from East Belfast or anything. Just met Mark and a few other boys whilst we were working, and they introduced me to the club and been a fan ever since. So it's just the community around the club's a great thing.
Well, I'm from East Belfast, so proper emotional attachment to the team. So just obviously loads of people support English clubs and all that, but mine's as well Glen. So
I'm originally from Fermanagh, but my dad's side of the family, apart from my granddad who's a Linfield fan, grew up supporting the Glens, so it means everything. Especially a day like this, a big game. Love it.
Do you think there's any real rivalry between you and Cliftonville?
I think there's a lot of respect between us and Cliftonville. I think Cliftonville like to play football, they've always been a good footballing team, and the Glens the same. So there's always been a footballing rivalry. I think there's a lot of respect between the teams.
There's not really a rivalry with Cliftonville, to be honest.
Sort of a shared hatred for Linfield.
Yes, I only sort of concern myself with big teams, and Cliftonville aren't a big team, so it doesn't really bother. This should be another routine day for us to turn up, beat them, and that's it.
See, I don't see it as a big rivalry.
I mean, it's alright.
I don't know.
It is still a big game.
It's a big game.
It is a big game.
Like there's going to be a lot of heat in this game. It's just nice to see the Glens back again, but it's good getting the final. They need to win the final now. That's the big thing. And I say 3 games this year, 1-2 lost one, but yeah, I'm fairly confident they'll get the job done.
Hopefully it's a good game today, and hopefully we win.
Unreal.
the Glens!
Thank you, mate. Cheers. Well, it's finished up here at the National Stadium. Glentoran 0, Cliftonville 1, with Cliftonville netting the winner in extra time. It was a great occasion, a great spectacle, a great day. Both sets of fans chanted and supported their teams for the whole 120 minutes, and it was brilliant to hear from the fans from both clubs about what supporting the clubs means to them. You can tell how passionate they all were about the clubs and communities that they represent. There was trouble at some points during the game, however, with some supporters clashing and stewards having to intervene, showing the heightened tensions and emotions that a cup final can bring. Although when interviewing fans before the game, you could tell there was a mutual respect between the clubs and fans, as there was not that true hatred between the clubs and supporters. Although one fixture that has always been troubled with violence and pure hatred is the Old Firm Derby, a match that goes far beyond what happens on the pitch for 90 minutes. I have travelled to Glasgow on the weekend of the historic match to speak to fans of both sets of clubs to find out what the rivalry and what the game means to them. Only 4 months ago there was ugly scenes in Glasgow as Rangers and Celtic fans clashed ahead of the 2024 League Cup final. However, these scenes are not uncommon when Rangers and Celtic meet, and tomorrow's league match at Celtic Park will be the first with an allocated away section for 3 years. The Old Firm derby is one of the most intense and tribal rivalries in sport. It goes beyond football, mixing long-standing divisions in Scottish society. The rivalry is shaped by a mix of politics, history and identity that often spills over into violence and hatred. I'm here at Celtic Park ahead of the game, and what is sure to be a huge occasion with just over 2,000 Rangers fans returning to the away allocation for the first time since 2021. Celtic sit 16 points clear at the top of the league with Rangers in second place. Celtic will be looking for 3 points to extend their lead at the top of the table to 19 points. I want to talk to sets of fans to ask them questions to understand the rivalry and why the game is so tribal and just what it means to them. So what does supporting Celtic mean to you?
It's a way of life, so it is. It's just something that I've been brought up with from I was knee-high to a grasshopper. You know, it's as they say, it's more than just a football team, more than just a club. It's a way of life, so it is.
It's just a family thing, innit? I've been brought up that way, my dad and brothers, everything. So it's just part of the family, that's what it's all about.
The world, yeah. Deep down, been a lifelong supporter, so yeah, means everything.
Just good crack. Being with the boys every weekend, up and down the bus. Love it. I mean, if you're thinking about this morning, coming up to the game, it's different. We're talking about it going in the car. It's a different feeling, different experience. Wouldn't miss a game for anything.
And what makes Celtic fans unique from any other club in the world?
Well, no matter where we go, we're always praised for our behaviour. You only have to go back to 2003 when we went to Seville. 100,000 Celtic supporters in Seville, not one arrest. UEFA and FIFA give us awards for our behaviour. Says it all.
I don't know, I just love the club. Celtic just love the club. The Celtic fans all over the world. Celtic's a big, massive club all over the world and that, and then it's about the best team in the world.
Just the passion, the support, the amount of followers we've got across the world as well. We've always said if we're down in England, you'd probably be a top 6 team, I would say, in terms of the fan support and things like that. So yeah.
When did you first sort of realise like the history and the ferocity of this rivalry?
Well, for a young age, I never got to go to him because it was that bad when I was younger, but now you're older, so I can make my own mind up.
What do you think about Rangers fans being allowed back in the Parkhead today?
I think it's alright, it gives them a better atmosphere and that and stuff and that as well, so it's quite good. I'm glad I'm back in.
I'm actually buzzing they're back. It's good to have someone to laugh at when we're pumping them, and especially if we're beating them away from home as well. It's good to have them, good to be there.
So what does supporting Rangers mean to you?
Rangers mean everything to me. You know, I'm a season ticket holder for now 10 years. I've supported the club since I was a young lad. You know, it's within my family, and it's now in my own family as well. So, as I say, out with a family, Rangers mean absolutely everything.
And what do you make of the Old Firm and just the rivalry with Celtic?
Yeah, well, the Old Firm, it's obviously special. It's big rivalry. You know, massive. It's renowned throughout the world. Big derby, and it's fierce, passionate. On the pitch, off the pitch, in the stands, and obviously sometimes outside of the grounds as well. So, yeah, as I say, it's well known over the world, and it's a passionate derby.
And what just makes Rangers fans like unique to any other sort of fan base in the world, would you say?
Well, for me, you know, being brought up in Belfast, there's a massive Rangers following comes from Northern Ireland and travel there. The Ibrox every other weekend, and also the European games. It means so much to myself and Rangers fans to get the experience and the opportunity to travel to see our team. It means everything to me, as I say.
Unreal. And if you just sum up like the Old Firm in one word or one sentence, what would you say?
One word would be fierce. In one sentence, yeah, electric, passionate, and explosive.
With it being the first Old Firm in a few years that allowed away fans into the stadium, there was a massive police presence around Celtic Park ahead of the game that escorted the Rangers fans into their allocated turnstiles, keeping them away from Celtic fans and avoiding any potential trouble. The game itself was a thriller, with Rangers winning 3-2 thanks to Hamza Igaman's 88th minute winner, to the delight of the couple thousand travelling Rangers fans at Celtic Park. Ultimately, football fans are tribal because the sport provides a sense of belonging, identity and community among normal people. For many fans, supporting a football club is more than a game. It's a reflection of their culture, heritage and values. City rivalries and cup finals amplify this, turning matches into symbolic battles over pride, history and deeper societal issues. The passion football brings can blur the lines between healthy competition and outright hostility as fans invest emotionally in their teams. But what I've learned is that tribalism underscores the unique power of football to unite and divide people in ways that few other things in life can.